They asked you to be strong, even when it broke something inside you. They asked you to carry fear like it was nothing, to keep moving when your soul wanted to stop, to survive moments the human heart was never meant to hold. And you did. You carried it. You came home, but part of you never really left. I saw it all. The weight you still carry, the silence, the long nights, the price it took from your heart, the memories that return when the world grows quiet, the faces that never really left, the sounds your soul still remembers, the guilt, the questions, the parts of yourself you buried just to keep going. Some pain has no simple words, and some wounds are too deep for easy explanations. It can feel lonely when everyone thinks the war ended, but inside you, it never fully did. And today, I am asking you for one thing. Give it to me. The pain, the guilt, the anger, the memories, the exhaustion, the tears you never allowed yourself to cry. Give me what is still bleeding inside you. You were never meant to carry this alone. Let me hold what has been too heavy for your heart. Let me sit with you in the silence. Let me remind you, you are not forgotten. You are not beyond healing, and you are still deeply loved.
They taught you how to survive, but no one told you how to come home. No one told you what to do with the silence after the noise, or how to rest when your body still feels like it must stay ready for danger. The world sees the uniform, the discipline, the strength, but it does not always see the cost. It does not see the nights that feel too long, the memories that return without warning, the way certain sounds can pull you back to places you tried to leave behind. Some wounds do not bleed where others can see them. Some battles continue long after the battlefield is gone. You learned how to carry pain without speaking it, how to smile when part of you still felt far away. You learned how to keep moving even when your spirit was tired. But my child, strength was never meant to become your prison. You do not have to live forever in survival mode. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to lay down what has followed you for too long. There is no shame in healing. There is no weakness in asking for peace. Even now, especially now, I am near.
There are things you still carry that no one else can see. Memories that arrive without warning. Moments that return in the quiet and ask your heart to relive them again. Some of them live in your sleep. Some of them sit beside you in silence. Some of them follow you into ordinary days and turn simple moments heavy. You learn to keep walking with that weight, to function, to answer when people asked if you were fine, even when the truth was much harder to explain. There are names you still remember, faces that never really left, choices you still question, and nights when guilt speaks louder than peace. You have asked yourself if you could have done more, if you should have done something differently, if forgiveness is even possible. Listen to me now. Grace reaches places guilt cannot heal. Mercy is not afraid of your memories. I do not turn away from the parts of your story that hurt the most. Bring them to me, not the polished version, the real one, the sorrow, the regret, the anger, the grief. Bring the part of you that still feels trapped in yesterday. Let me meet you there, because healing begins where honesty finally enters.
For so long, you have carried everything in silence. as if speaking the truth would make the weight even heavier. You told yourself to stay strong, to keep moving, to push it down and survive one more day. You became the person everyone thought was fine, while inside, part of you was still standing in places you wish you could forget. But silence can become its own battlefield. The pain you buried does not disappear, it waits. It returns in the quiet, in the middle of the night, in the moments when the world slows down and your thoughts grow louder. My child, you do not have to fight this alone anymore. You do not have to protect everyone from your pain while your own heart grows tired. There is no honor in suffering without rest. There is no strength in carrying wounds that are asking to be healed. Let yourself speak. Let yourself grieve. Let yourself be human again. You were trained to survive war, but you were also created for peace. And peace is not betrayal. Peace is not weakness. Peace is permission to live again. Let me lead you there.
There is no shame in what still hurts. No shame in the tears that come without warning. No shame in needing help after carrying so much for so long. The world often praises the soldier who never breaks, but I see the courage in the one who finally allows himself to feel. Healing does not make you weak. It means your heart is still alive. It means the part of you that survived is asking for something more than endurance. It is asking for peace. You have spent years learning how to stay guarded, how to keep the door closed, how to answer with, "I'm fine," when the truth was far more complicated. But walls built for protection can become prisons if they are never opened again. My child, you do not have to live behind those walls forever. You are allowed to trust. You are allowed to breathe without guilt. You are allowed to laugh without feeling like you have betrayed the past. Joy is not disloyalty. Peace is not forgetting. Healing does not erase the people you loved or the sacrifices you made. It simply means pain no longer gets to decide the rest of your life. And I want more for you than survival. I want rest for your soul.
Some of the heaviest battles are the ones no one can see, the ones fought in silence, behind closed doors, in the middle of the night when sleep refuses to come. The body may be home, but the mind still returns to places it never asked to remember. A sound, a smell, a dream, and suddenly the past feels closer than the present. These are the wars many people do not understand. They see time passing and assume healing should be simple. But some memories do not follow the rules of time. They stay alive in the nervous system, in the heart, in the places words cannot easily reach. And when that happens, it can feel easier to withdraw, to stay distant, to believe no one could truly understand. But hear me clearly, you are not losing yourself. You are carrying wounds that need gentleness, not judgment. Do not punish yourself for the pain that still rises. Do not call yourself weak for struggling with what would break most people. Compassion belongs here too, especially for you. I am not standing far away asking you to be stronger. I am standing beside you, asking you to let me help carry what has become too heavy alone.
Forgiveness can feel impossible, especially when the wounds are deep and the memories feel still close. Sometimes,
the hardest person to forgive is yourself. You replay the past, the choices, the moments you wish had gone differently. You wonder if you should have done more, said more, saved more. Guilt becomes a quiet companion, following you into ordinary days and whispering that peace does not belong to you. But my child, guilt is not the same as love. Carrying pain forever does not honor the past. It only keeps your heart imprisoned there. I do not ask you to pretend nothing happened. I ask you to stop letting yesterday decide whether you deserve tomorrow. Mercy was made for places like this. Grace was made for hearts like yours. There is room here for regret, but there is also room for release. You are allowed to be forgiven. You are allowed to stop punishing yourself for surviving. You are allowed to remember without being destroyed by remembrance. Let the burden come into my hands. Let the shame lose its voice. Let compassion speak louder than condemnation. There is still life ahead of you, and you do not have to walk into it chained to the past.
My beloved child, after all you have carried, after all you have survived, I want you to hear this with all your heart. You are still worthy of peace. You are still worthy of love. You are still worthy of a life that feels gentle again. What happened to you, what was asked of you, does not make you less human, and it does not make you less mine. I have never looked at your scars and turned away. I have never seen your pain and loved you less. If anything, I have held you even closer in the moments you thought you were hardest to love. I was there in the darkness. I was there in the silence after the noise. I was there when you sat alone, carrying memories too heavy for words. And I am still here now, not with judgment, but with open arms. Not asking you to prove your strength, but inviting you to finally rest. Lay it down, the guilt, the fear, the anger, the grief, the part of you that has been standing guard for far too long. You do not have to keep watch forever. You are allowed to come home to peace. You are allowed to feel joy again. You are allowed to be held without shame. Let love reach the places pain has occupied for too long. Let hope enter where survival once lived. And if no one has told you lately that your life still matters, hear me now. It does. Deeply, fully, forever. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not beyond healing. You are loved more than words can hold, and I will never stop choosing you.
My child, you do not have to carry this pain alone anymore. Give it to me. The memories, the guilt, the nights that still feel too heavy, the silence that follows you when no one else can see it. Place it in my hands. I am not afraid of your wounds. I do not turn away from your scars. I have been with you in every dark moment, in every sleepless night, in every battle that followed you home. I know what it cost you, and I have loved you through all of it. My love for you did not begin after the pain, and it did not lessen because of it. It has always been there, steady, faithful, unshaken. Let me be the place where your heart can finally rest. Let me carry what has been too heavy for your soul. You were never abandoned, not in the war, not in the silence, not now. I am here. I am still here, and after everything, my peace is still for you. My arms are still open, and my love for you has never changed.